not least, things are certainly getting a little fishy here on Studio 10, but don't worry, it's all in a good way. We're hanging out here with Bob Ceru of the Red Cedar Fly Fishers. How are you, Bob?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I am doing very, very well, especially because you have a demonstration here for us today. Now, I've never done fly fishing, but I'm really excited that you're going to teach me a little bit about it and teach our viewers as well, especially because during these colder months, a lot of times we're looking for something to keep us busy. So talk to us a little bit about fly fishing and how is this different from regular fishing?
Well, fly fishing, the way that you get the fly, or what some people call the lure out, is by the weight of the line. So if you look at a fly rod, it has a heavier line. It's real thick. And by the way that you cast and cast it out is the way that you get the fly out there. Where with a spinning rod, it's the weight of the lure. And so that's really the biggest difference right there.
Okay, well, that's awesome. It's the way that you cast.
Yes.
All right, so what was your first introduction into fly fishing?
Well, it's probably almost 23 years ago. Someone said I had too much stress in my life and you should start fly fishing. And I just did it cold, and it was phenomenal. It's actually a great, not just a sport, but it's a great activity just to be out in the nature, to get away from anything in the world, anything that's going on. And people use it. People who are surviving cancer, a lot of veterans are using it as part of their recovery period. So it's a great thing to do.
That is awesome, and I'm glad that you found so much joy in doing this as well. And actually, you're hosting an upcoming workshop with the Grand Ledge Library to introduce fly fishing to a lot of people. Now, you have a small demonstration here about how it all works. Can we take a seat and you kind of show me a little bit about what we're going to do?
No problem. Well, so what we've got here, this is going to be called a woolly bugger.
Okay.
And what it does, it tries to imitate either a fish or possibly a crayfish or some insect. Sometimes they think, you know, some of the insects it will imitate. So what we start off with, this is called marabou, and this is part of the turkey. This is part of the belly of the turkey, and it's pretty silky, and they dye it, and we're going to use this as a tail because when it's in the water it will move around quite a bit.
Okay.
And then I put a little glitz on there, and so now what we want to do, anything we tie on the body, whatever you tie last goes on first. And so this is a feather we call a hackle. So if you look at a hen or a rooster, right on their neck they have a cape, and it's full of these kind of feathers. And so we use a lot of natural things. And so I'm going to put this on here. What this does is this gives the fly a lot of movement, and it moves water while you're pulling it through through the water.
That is awesome. And Bob, as you're putting this together, tell me a little bit more about the Red Cedar Fly Fishers, because not only do you guys engage in the sport together, you guys also work to improve and preserve Michigan's fly fishing heritage. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we do a lot of activities. We're really into conservation, education, and so we provide a scholarship, a $1,000 scholarship for an MSU student every year. Grand Ledge has been phenomenal with their library, and we work with them to have 2 tying sessions in February, and then we also do a introduction to fly fishing, and then also a casting session with them sometime in the summer. We do a lot of work with Michigan waterway stewards. We do a whole program with Meridian Township. It's called Meridian on the Fly, and we do a lot of activities there. So we provide volunteers for what's called the Hesse Earl Youth Fishing Program. So what I did here is, so this is the body, okay, so we're getting the body, and this is called chenille. And so I tied some of it ahead of time because it takes a little bit longer than what we have. And then now I'm just going to put this around. This is going to be, again, the hackle that puts a little bit of movement in the water.
Yes, and
just
that
bring
is
this around.
So awesome, Bob. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, now you have to make sure you continue showing me how to do this into break. And we just saw the flyer as to how people can join you, but thank you so much for giving us a small introduction to fly fishing. And of course, your program is tomorrow. We'll make sure we have that information online as to how you guys can join them, but thank you so much.
Thank you very much, too.
Thank you.